today's assignment is gonna be again your area and volume. It's under, I'm already recording, okay, so that you know what to do at home. Area and volume. There's two videos from 1 through 6, 7 through 10. The one I'm doing right now is 11 through 24. I'm recording the questions from 11 to 24. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up. Begin with Google. Okay, I'm gonna be working on number 12. I'm gonna work on number 12. Okay, number 12. Look what it says. Use a ruler to measure the dimension of the triangle shown to the nearest 0.5 centimeters. Which of the following is the closest to the area of the triangle in square centimeters? Okay, so that's the question. So yesterday I told you that whenever they give you a question that says use a ruler, I told you what to do quickly. To draw it. Good job, Jolita. I told you to draw it. So I'm gonna put number 12. And I'm going to draw it. It's a right triangle, so go straight down. No. So I'm gonna put it up already. I just wanted to make sure. So just draw a right triangle. That's what the computer has, a right triangle. Perfect. Obviously you have to have a right angle. Okay, 90 degrees. So draw the right triangle. Okay. Okay. Questions so far? Now, since they say use the ruler, here's what I saw last year a lot of kids do. After they drew it, they wanted to use it here on the paper. No, your drawing is just a model, a simulation of the real thing. You need to use a ruler like she just told me from the computer. You don't use a ruler from the paper. First of all, your paper tampoco won't have rulers because of that. I have a lot of kids using the rulers from the paper. No. Tienes que usar la regla que está en la computadora, es la que vas a usar. So I'm going to pretend that my computer is going to be the book today so that I can measure this. What page is it? 139. And 139. Okay. And remember, if you're going to waste time, there's the door. Okay? Do I need to measure this guy? No. How about this one? Yes. And the bottom one? Yes. This is not the height. I need the base and the height, the one that forms the right angle. Los que hacen el ángulo recto 90 degrees, that's the two that I need. So they wanted me to measure in centimeters, so I'm going to drag my ruler, centimeters. And I'm going to start with the bottom part. And the bottom part measures 1.5, 1.5. So on your drawing, go ahead and put there 1.5 on your drawing. On your drawing, put 1.5. 1.5 centimeters. Okay? Now I'm going to measure the height. Yeah. Because then you have it in the, you're going to have it in the computer. 4 point what? 4.5, 4.5 again. So I'm going to go 4.5 centimeters. I believe in the morning I did both of the ones in the morning with the kids because I wanted to show you how to do this, like the measuring part. Good job. I just wanted to see who would stop me. Did I measure it here or in the book?
You didn't measure in the book. I mean in the regular.
Where did I measure? The paper or the book?
The paper.
Are you supposed to measure the paper? No. And that's what I'm worried. You measure the one in the computer. So the regular computer is this guy. I thought I measured the one in the book though. I think I did. No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
It's actually 5. Who's the one that stopped me? Good job, Alfredo. Good job. Let me see his laser being focused. This should not have been 4.5. It should have been 5 centimeters. No midas el que tú dibujaste. And I did pretty good. I was pretty close to my drawing that I almost measured exactly what it. Okay. 5 centimeters? Just five. What was that? I measured it. Jose Vidal? Open it from the area. Okay. Now, remember, the one you're gonna measure is the one on the computer. Okay? Not on the paper that you do. Okay? Now, what's the first thing I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and read the question. Which of the following is the closest to the area of a triangle in square centimeters? Okay? So what's the question? They want the what? Area. Good job. And it's the area of a triangle. So I need to put what type of shape it is. I will get it.
Sure, the one that you did in the bottom
Okay.
for the papers, correct?
What?
The one you did in the bottom for the papers, correct?
That one I did measure the book. For sure. Yeah. Okay. What's the area of the triangle? Please always start with a question and write it down. Some of you just don't want to do that. I don't know why, but this will alert you that what you need to do next. So, what do I need to do next? I need to go to my chart. Okay? And I have to go look at the triangle area. There it is. A equals half BH. But I tell you that anytime that you have a half, that really means divided by 2. That's why we rewrote it here. A equals base times height divided by 2. So the one that I want is going to be A equals base times height divided by 2. Where did I get this? From the chart. Why did I get this one? Because they want the area. Why did I get this one also? Because it's a triangle. I want to remind you that this notes will not be there in the STAR test. You need to remember how to write those quickly. Or you need to remember that half of that means divided by 2. Okay? That's what you need to remember.
I'm sorry, I have 3 students without laptops, and all the assignments are on the laptop.
Yeah.
And
send them to science.
To where?
Science, just to go to the science teacher.
To the
so that
science
you don't
teacher?
have to deal with them.
Okay.
It's those that are
and they're
there.
my most troublemakers. They keep saying that they come in here and they're
just leave them out there, and right now somebody will pick them up. Don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about it, because I know who they are. That's why they've been knocking us in that. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Just leave
You'll be okay. Yeah, and
or send them to the science. Looks like one came back in.
Angel Perez. Okay, that's his name. Yeah. To go to science. That's where Miss Benavides sends him to science now.
Okay.
Even the teacher sends them there with. So don't worry, ma'am.
But that's who she's having trouble with.
Yeah, he's out there.
No, he's right there. I just saw him. He saw me, so he went inside.
Oh, okay. Okay. Listen. When you have the half, that means divide by 2. You have to remember that. Or memorize this. It's your choice. I don't know what you're going to do. I probably will memorize it. Like some of you already know the triangle formula, base times height divided by 2. Some already know it. Good for you. Okay? Now, once you have your formula, you're going to change all the letters to what? Numbers. So let's start with the A. Do we have the A? That's what they're asking. So keep it A. Hey, hey.
I am happy.
They're not listening. Base. Who's the base?
1.5.
1.5. Who's the height?
5.
But the letter next to letter?
Times
So I'm going to use the parentheses instead. Times what? 5. Don't forget divided by 2. That's what the last kids forget, that part. Divide by 2. You need to put it there. Divide by 2. Okay? Any questions so far? Now we're going to go order of operations. Who are you going to do first? Multiply or divide? Multiply. 1.5 times 5 goes to the side. So, how do you multiply decimals? Take them away. Like she said, just pretend the decimal is not there. So 15 times 5. Now, if you're a calculator kid, You just punch it in. 1.5 times 5. You don't have to go to the side. Just punch it in already. The rest of us, ni modo. 5 times 5. 5 times 1. 2, 775. However, there was a decimal, right? So I need to put it back. How many spaces? 1. 1 back. 7.5. So I'm going to copy this. A equals, that chunk on the top became 7.5 divided by 2. Bottom out. Go to another side. Look how I always look for, like this, I keep it nice and clean. Boom, coming down, boom, coming down. And then the jump that I copied, I go to the side, guys. So I'm going to go to the side, 7.5 divided by 2.
37.
Put your decimal up. Whenever the one outside is a whole, the decimal just goes up, guys. If the one outside is a whole, the decimal goes up. Now, 2 times 1 gives me 7. 3. Bring down the 5. 2 times 1 gives me 15. 7. William, you're copying or no? Okay, good. Just making sure. Now you have a remainder, so we're going to add a 0. We have a 10 now. 5. So now I go back to my little process. The A equals 3.75 square centimeters. That little 2 just means square centimeters. That's how we measure area. I'm done with number 12. I can go to my choices now and choose letter, whatever it is, A, B, C, D, or just in my left bubble. Questions? Okay, I'm going to do number 11 also with you. Okay, this is the first time that we're doing like one that you have to measure. Last time I went pretty fast, and you're doing also like the first one. Thank you. Like I already see good things. Like it's like this is like college ready. You have there's so many kids. All of you are focused. You're all working. Some of you might not be working, but we'll find out as we go along. But thank you very much. Okay. So there's like 70 of you right now. That's like a college class, just so you know. So if you're able to handle this when you go to college, se te va a hacer más fácil. Okay? Okay, let's bubble in. I'm done with number 12. The next thing I'm going to do is number 11.
Real quick, Mr. Rivera, I have to go talk to Ms. Gabriel, pero...
Okay, number 11, ready?
Yes.
Use a ruler to measure the dimensions of the parallelogram shown to the nearest 1/4 of an inch. So there's the parallelogram. They mentioned the word use a ruler, so I need to what? But no, I need to what?
Measure.
Yeah, but I need to what?
Measure in the book.
Yes, but I need to draw it. Yeah, I need to draw it. Number 11. Number 11, I'm going to draw the parallelogram, so let me put my... Number 11, the parallelogram is drawn real easily. Draw a line, and then draw a line a little bit forward, and then just connect the corners, the vertices. Okay? Doesn't have to be a perfect one as long as you do that. Now the other thing that I noticed in my parallelogram is it has a little dotted line forming the right angle, so let me make sure I do that. It's inside. I'm just going to do the dotted line. That's not how I can picture the room. Questions so far? Now, do I measure this guy or the one in the computer? Yes. Now, the book is acting like the computer today, so let me get the book. And I'm going to ask you again the question. Do I need to measure this guy? No. How about this one? Oh, sorry. Let me show you. This guy? No. How about the dotted line?
Yes.
The bottom?
Yes.
Okay, so this one they want to the nearest quarter inch. You better listen to this part because this is something new. I'm gonna get this one, and they want it in inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it here and listen. Listen. Okay. Just wait. Okay.
I think it doesn't count.
Listen. This might happen in the start, okay? And I'm gonna first show you how kids usually do. They usually do this to me. They'll say, okay, 1, 2. So they'll say 2 holes. That's good for them. It's in red, so don't copy right now. And then they'll say 1, 2 pieces, so they'll go 2.2. That's the number one mistake that kids do. Okay? You don't do 2.2. The only time that you do 0.2, 0.10, 0.3, 0.4 is when the thing is broken into 10 parts, like the centimeter ruler is broken into 10 parts. So what you have to really do here is not do 2.2. So I'm going to go back now. For sure you're right, it's a hole. That's not the problem. Here's what you need to do. You need to check how is the hole cut into. So from 0 to 1, how's it cut into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You need 8 pieces to make a hole. Let me check if it's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 2 holes now. Let me try one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now for sure I know that this is in 8 parts. Do you understand? Now how many pieces did you get from the 8? So really it's 2 and 2 eighths. That's really the fraction that I want to see there. Now when you bottom out, that guy's going to be 2.25. Now a good kid will probably simplify this into divided by 2, 2. And that will be 2 and 1/4. And now this one is a piece of cake to change. What's the 1/4 in money? 25 cents. So I know it's 2.25 inches. Questions? Okay, good. And that's what I want. Like you asked me, like kids, the amazing kids, the amazing people, amazing students will ask. Okay? And the ones that don't ask, you go home and you're still confused. Learn how to ask. When I was in college, there was a class theory of numbers, and everybody was confused, even me. There was about 80 kids. By the time the semester was over, there was only like 7 of us. 2 boys, which are one of them, and another guy, and then the rest of them were girls. The girls are the ones that survived more than the guys. Because in college, they let you drop the classes. Like if you're not having a good time, like if you're failing the class, you have 2 choices. You can continue failing or drop the class. So most people drop the class because when they hire you, they look at the transcript and they say, okay, no me sale pruebas de tus clases, I don't think I want to hire her or hire him. But if you have a W on your transcript, like when you get hired to your job, they're going to ask you for a transcript of all your college courses. And they're going to see how good you did. And the ones that usually get hired quickly are the ones that have all A's. They're not going to hire the kid that got C's and D's and F's. And so if I know I'm failing, I'm going to drop the class before I go and get an F on college. Because then soon I come out of my transcript and I get a job, I say, so it's better to drop the class. You'll say a W, and you withdrew. And you can make excuses, like if the people that are interviewing say, hey, I know that you withdrew the theory of numbers, what happened? Oh, it's because during that time my dog died or something. I don't know, you make up an excuse. You won't say, okay, estaba todo perdido and I fell, I was waiting, you just make up another excuse. It's what I call a white lie. Because you won the job, right? So, why was I talking about college? I don't know what I was talking about. Oh, yes, there we go. That's the real reason. So that class, that's the real reason about college. I always have a reason. So that class, it was a night class. In night classes are from 7 to 10, always. From 7 to 10. So I would work, and then after work, boom, I arrancaba para el colegio from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. The professors want to go fast because they want to go what? Home. So he would say, okay, guys, any questions? Because he was from Vietnamese, yo no entendía cómo decía. Any questions? Pero no le entendía bien porque era he was a Vietnamese professor. Dr. Shu was his name, XU, not Shu, como zapato. Anyway, and guess what, Robert? And everybody would look at me like they wanted to just kind of like throw me in the reflector. Why? Because me asking that question is going to delay the what? The class. Okay? I didn't care. I didn't care what the rest of them thought. I was confused. And if I'm confused, I'm going to ask. That's why I take college so I can ask questions if I'm confused. Most kids your age don't ask. You just pretend that you know what you're doing, and you go home still lost. But we have kids like her that she'll tell me, like, with her face, I already saw that she's like making faces at me and stuff like that. And then she tells me I'm confused. That's what you're supposed to do, all of you. Okay, you're not supposed to pretend that you know what you're doing. You're supposed to. That's why they pay me. They pay me for you to ask me if I'm confused and for you to trust me. No me voy a enojar contigo. ¿Cuándo me he enojado contigo porque me preguntas? Never. Nobody can tell me you get angry when I ask you questions. I don't. I love when kids ask me questions because that means that you really want to know what's going on. So let me review this again. Because she wants to know how did I get the 8. So let me just delete the whole thing so you can get an idea. We know for sure that from here to here that's 1 hole, yes? From here to here is 2 holes. So for sure I know it's 2 holes, yes? Guarantees 2 holes. But then there's pieces. So my first job is to check how are the holes cut into. So from here to this point, that's 1 hole, and it's cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So every 8 pieces makes a hole. So I know that this guy's gonna be worth 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. Now I'm explaining because she asked me 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8. That's why 8/8 becomes a hole. And then we start 1 and 1/8, 1 and 2/8, 1 and 3/8, 1 and 4/8. Is it always by 8s? No, it depends on the ruler. In the start, is it always going to be by 8? Yes, for 6th grade and probably 7th grade and 8th grade. I don't know if I still remember, but yes, they're usually in 8s. In life, they're usually in 8s, in 12s, and 16s. Those are the 3 major rulers. Like if you become a contractor and you're building homes or whatever, those 3 rulers are the main ones. 8, but most kids just want to count the pieces and go 1, 2, 2.2. No, you have to check how the hole was cut into, so like that I can know really what is really worth. So he's cut into 8, right? And how many pieces did you take over? 1, 2 more pieces, so 2 and 2/8. Now I simplify this to 2 and 1/4 because divided by 2 is 1, divided by 2 is 4. And then why did I simplify? Because this is so easy to change to decimal 2.25. Now if you don't simplify, just bottom out and you still get 2.25. Question? You get it now? Let's see if you all got it. What if I stop here? What will be the measurement?
2.6.
No,
6.
3
3 holes and 6.
and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 3 and 6, 8. And then if you simplify, it will be 3 and 3/4, which will be 3.75 if you do all that stuff. So wherever you fall in between, you need to count where did you fall? 1, 2, and you don't count this one. It's like from here to here will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know 6 out of 8. And it's always out of 8 for your ruler. Always. For the 6th grade ruler and 7th grade ruler, and I think even in the 8th grade ruler, it's always out of 8. Well, this is the 7th grade ruler that I'm using right now. It's out of 8. The 8th grade ruler, out of 8. Now the centimeter is out of 10, and that's why you can go 2.2, 2.3, because 1/10 to 10 to 10. So those are ready to be 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. The centimeter rulers. Yes, sir. Computer. Nobody in the state of Texas will do it on paper no more. So your school that did it on the paper last year, shame on them. Because they knew that was going to happen. They should have just let you already get ready with a computer. Okay. So the ruler is going to be there. I'm going to train you how to use the ruler from the computer later on and how to program to train. But right now I'm just using this. So right now I'm teaching you how to work with area and volume and all that stuff. Okay. So, ¿cuánto era el de abajo? 2.25, right? But I'm gonna put all of them, guys. Put all of them. So it was okay. It was 2 and 2/8. No, we're gonna put the way it was so you can know that that's how it was. And then this guy became 2 and 1/4 because you simplified, and then we changed it to decimal 2.25 centimeters. I mean inches. My bad. So this is how we started with a fraction, and then we changed it to decimal. If you bottom out 2 divided by 8, you're gonna get 0.25. Questions? Okay. Now let's do the height. The height. The height. I'm recording. The height. Now that one is 1.5. And somebody will say, but you just said to do it by eighths. If you think about it, 1 4/8 would be 1.5. Just so you know. If we don't look, 1, 2, 3, and 4, that would be 1 4/8, which is really 1.5. Okay? So we can do that one is easy to put in decimals. 1 point what? 1.5 inches. Questions? Questions? Good. Now what shape is this? Parallelogram. So I'm gonna get my parallelogram. Now this one you don't have to memorize it because it's always gonna be that one. A equals BH. It's also here. A equals BH. But then we have to memorize these. Okay? A equals base times height, BH. BH, not somebody thought that I was saying the B word. A equals BH. B base times height. I'm not saying the B word. Yeah, somebody thought I was saying the one that sounds like a witch. No. Okay. Did they give me the A? No. Did they give me the B? How much? 2.25, because we want them in decimals. Times, the parenthesis means times. Did they give me the height? 1.5. Well, we actually have to measure, so they did not give it to us. We have to measure. Okay. How do you multiply decimals? You take them out. But if you're a calculator kid, guess what? You just punch it in exactly. So I'm going to let you try that one by yourself, and I'm going to pause this thing.
Sir, don't you get
Okay, in case you're having trouble, remember when you calculate, don't calculate here. I want this nice to be over here. Go to the first space in the side. How do you multiply decimals? What did I tell you to do? Take them away. So 225, let's see, times 15. Yeah, a letter next to a letter means multiply. Okay? So that's what we're saying. Don't forget that. Thank you, sir. 5 times 5? 25. 5 times 2? 10 plus 2? 12. 5, 5 times 2? 10 plus 1? 11. Cross it out and put a 0. That's fine. 1 times 5? 5. Most important thing is to line them up. 1 times 2? 2. 1 times 2? 2. 5, 7, 3, and 3. 3,375. But you have decimals. How many? 3. 1, 2, 3. So I start from the end. 1, 2, 3. A equals 3.375. Okay. Now let's check what's happened here. If you notice that answer is not there because they said to the closest. So which of my choices will be the closest? 3.4. So the answer would be that one. Okay. Okay.
So can I answer them on my phone?
Once you get to your laptop, I'm sorry, I haven't looked at it. Question with number 11 and 12. There were 3. Nobody should miss those, and we'll have kids actually miss them because they don't copy the work and they just don't do anything. I don't know what's wrong with them. Bless you, sir. Okay, I'm gonna do number. Bless you. I'm gonna do 13, and 14 will be for homework. I'm gonna do 13 first movie for homework. Now this is new, so you better listen. Volume. Volume. Yes. So let's start with your chart. If you have this, let's start with here. I want you to put on your chart. Please listen. Volume B equals the big B times H. Right? I want to tell you why they give you a big B. That big B means length times width and then times the height. But I really need to teach you this because now you're going to go to seventh grade thinking that volume is always length and width and height. That's how they taught you in elementary, length and width and height.
I'm gonna go like halfway into
But I want to show you that this is a seventh grade chart. And look, that big B comes out. Hey, you're not listening. That big B comes out twice. And if I don't know, if you notice, we've been working with small case b, but now it's capital. You need to understand what I'm going to show you right now what that big B means. Okay? I could teach you like elementary guys. Length times width times height. You're going to be fine in sixth grade, trust me, because we only work with rectangular prisms. But then when you go to eighth grade and seventh grade, you work with all of the prisms: rectangular, triangular prism, hexagonal prism, the decagonal prism, decagon prism. I mean, there's a bunch of them. Octagonal prism, and then you work with pyramids too. So that big B, you need to know what it means. So let me show you right now. Okay, I'll show you with this guy. Okay, listen. You know that thoughts are yours. In sixth grade, you're not going to be lost. It's going to be length times width times height. But in seventh and eighth grade, forever, you'll be lost thinking that volume is always length. It's like when you came into sixth grade, you all thought that area is always length times what? Width. And it's not. We have half BH, half of base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by, I mean, there's a bunch of things, right? Well, in volume, let me tell you the difference between volume and area. Area is flat. It's too deep. So if I want the space of this, I want to just go length times width, and I'm done. That's the area. But once we start going higher to make a box, listen. So if I go this way, now we're gonna create a cube, a box. That becomes volume because we're not gonna just fill up the space on the bottom. We're gonna fill up the whole thing. Like if you have a swimming pool, for example, at home or an aquarium, you need to not get the area, you need to get the volume so you can know how much water you're gonna fill up. Like a smart person would do that, right? They won't just say, I check todo el agua que quiero ahí, gasta el agua, or, I mean, I'm low, like at home, I calculate everything before I buy stuff so I won't waste money, okay? So again, what you've been working right now is just area, just length times width, yeah, flat. The floor area, flat. When once you bring a box in, the big B, here comes the big B, listen, the big B is the area of the prism. So the big B would be length times width. That's the big B. That's the area of the base. But then times the what? Height. So, because vamos a llenarlo con gloss, para ver cuántos guantes caben allá adentro. If you look at the cereal boxes, that's why they'll take 13 ounces before it kind of like, si le empiezan a meter mucho a la caja, se va a abrir la caja, right? So that's why you figure out the volume so you can see how much it can hold before it kind of like breaks. Questions? Now, in seventh grade, you're not gonna just work with rectangular prisms, which is this. You're gonna work with, for example, a cylinder. And here's the deal: many kids, like teachers that tell you volume, length, and width, and height. That's the worst thing they can tell you. It's gonna be the big B. That means that they want you to get the area of the base, which will be a circle. I would have to get the area of the circle, which is A equals pi r to the second power. But you don't have to memorize those. They'll be in the seventh grade chart or the eighth grade. I know. Okay. So listen, this is going to be, if I want the volume of a cylinder, it's not going to be length times width times height. It's going to be the big B, get the area of the circle, and then times what? Height. So it's never length times width times height. It's always get the area, the big B, of the base, and then times height. In our case, it works good because we're sixth graders, so we can get the area, the big B would be the area of the base, which is length times width, and then times what? Height. But the last thing I want you to leave is leave my class thinking that area is always going to be that way. If it's a triangular prism, you would have to get the area of the triangle. Let's see, a triangular prism would look like this. Yeah. Here we have a triangular prism, so you can see. Like, we don't really have it, but I'm going to make one here. So, this is a triangle, right? Aquí let's pretend this. So, this would be the big B, the area of the base, which would be base times height divided by 2. And then if we want volume, that means that this thing is going to go up here to another triangle like this. And you're going to create like a tent, right? So that would be volume. A ver cuánta gente cabe ahí para que te duermas ahí con tu boyfriend, girlfriend ahí en el beach, right? Ahí viendo las lunas y viendo el mar. Pues be romantic, right? Yes? So listen, it's not always a rectangular prism. Like this would be a triangular prism. The two triangles will be like this, and then there'll be one here, and then a rectangle here, rectangle there for the walls. So you would have to get the area of the base, which is the big B, times the what? Height. This would be the height. Do you understand? And the right angle is still there. You see it right there? For the height, it'll still be there. If it's a pyramid, that would be 1/3 of the big B. So the pyramid is like this, and they will lie down this way. But that's for 7th and 8th grade. Now you're lucky because in 6th grade we just worry about the rectangular prism. So it's going to be always the big B, length times width times what? Height. So that's why the big B is length times width, and then the height is already there. So let me write it the way I want you to remember it. So what's the big B? The area of the base. Don't forget that. I don't want you to go to 7th grade and say the big B, length times width. No, I never said that. I said that big B was the area of the base, and since it's a rectangle, it's length times width. Because if it's a cylinder, it's not going to be length times width. It's going to be high arc to the second power, I believe. Yeah, you can go to the dance, and then remember, you're going to come back. And most importantly, the video is going to be the one that's going to save you. Okay? Look. Okay. What's the big B again? One more time. The area of the base, which in 6th grade, we're going to call it length times what? Width. So I can just say V equals length times width times height for 6th grade, because we're just working with rectangles. So copy that one too. I wrote it in this. The big B is length times width. The height was already there. This one, just rewrite it. Questions? Okay. The number is 14. So let's put number 14. No, I was going to do 13. That's right. I'm doing 13. I'm sorry that I'm getting this. 13. Okay. Here we go. It says, what is the volume? So they do want the volume. So put the question mark there. Number 13, they want the volume. So it says, what is the volume? You can go, I think you'll make it there, to be honest, but if not, you can go to the back. So they do want the volume. And instead of going to the area formulas, we're going to go to the what? Volume. And it says V equals big BH. But because we already know that big BH means length times width times height, we're just going to write this guy. Okay? V equals length times width times height. Rápido, ponga eso. ¿Por qué? Porque yo te dije que we're in 6th grade. It's going to be a rectangular prism. We can use that guy. Yes? Okay. Now, let me get this information. It says the rectangular prison is 6 feet long. So let's go ahead and put that 6 feet long. We're also going to 6 feet long. Right? I'm just reading the story. 4 feet wide. 4 feet. 4 feet what? Wide. Good. And look what it says next. 2.5 feet tall. 2.5 feet tall. What should we use instead of the word tall?
Long.
Good job, right there. Height. 2. I'm sorry. 2.5. Excuse me, hold on. Feet. Tall means what? Instead of tall means what? Height. Questions? No? Okay. Now, esto lo agarré del cuento de la historia, de la story. Long, wide, and then tall. Perfect what he said. If I'm checking how tall I am, that would be the height. I use that even as an example when you go to the doctor's office, right? Now, did they give me the V? No. Put it there. Did they give me the length?
Yes.
Which one is the length? The 6, because it says long. Long means length. Did they give me the width?
Yes. The 4.
The wide means width. Did they give me the height? Many kids that don't transfer the tall to the height, they get confused there. But it is tall is the height. But instead of 2.5, what should I probably put? 2.5. I will not even put 50. I just put 2.5. Okay? That's why I don't really like to use the dots because then you get all confused. I would have used parentheses better, but that's fine. Go ahead and solve that one on your own. Just start it off. Who are you going to start with?
6, 4.
So you're going to do this, bring everything down, and then do the last one. Okay? Let's see who gets it. I'm going to pause it for now so you can do that. Pause it for now. Here we go. What's 6 times 4?
24.
I'm done with this part. Bring everything down. Times 2.5. B equals 24 times 2.5. Remove the decimal. 24 times 25. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2, 12. Put a 0, right? Now 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 2, 4. 0 plus 0, 8 and 2, 10. 4 and 1, no, 4 and 1, 5 plus 1, 6. The answer is like 600. 600. The answer looks like 600. And now I'm going to see only one decimal. Mira, nomás hay uno. Bring down. And B equals 60.0, which is 60. There's the value. Yeah.
Sir, esto no sabía que era 2 times 2.
Got it? Now for homework, here's your first homework. Homework number 14. Exactly the way I did it. Number 14. Now yours is going to be, again, it's wholes and decimals. It doesn't have that fraction like I did. So it's even easier. Don't forget that when you're multiplying decimals, you have to count how many and then put it back. Okay? Homework 14 in another case, so you don't have to don't make space for number 14 until you don't know how much you're going to need. Okay, the next one.
Put in the launcher.
Okay, to put the answer, you're gonna put here just 60, and that's it. You don't have to put positive. You could do 0.00 you want. You don't have to put positive in the mark. You just click on the mark, put it in, and you're done. Okay? Okay. 15 and 16. I'm gonna do 16. Why am I doing 16?
So it's the same thing as 15.
It's the same thing as 15, but 15 is easier because
It's negative.
now look at that. They're whole numbers. They're whole. draw a line here or whatever you do for your organization. And I'm gonna do number 15. 15. The height of a trapezoid is 4 square inches. The basis of the trapezoid is measured in 18 inches and 23 inches. What is the area of the trapezoid in square inches? I'm doing 16, that's right. Sorry. A trapezoid has a height of 3.5 meters. One base of a trapezoid is 6.8 meters. And the other base is 4 meters long. What's the trapezoid's area in square meters? Tell me what, good job. The first thing is to check the question. What is the what? No. What is the what? Area. You go back to area, trapezoid. Okay, oh, sorry. I don't know what's going on now. Okay, concéntrate, cabrón. Okay, it's okay. I'm recording, so. What is the area of the trapezoid? I need to concentrate. Okay, area of a trapezoid. Now let me get the keywords. Somebody has the computer open. Help me out. What would be important? That's important.
3.5 meters tall.
Okay, let me start there. 3.5 meters. Good job. Tall means height. Very good. Camila. Le damos el focus. Numbers on the top. The next sentence. 6.8. No, because she already gave me the height. Base. It says there. Base. Yeah, base. The next one.
4.5 meters wide.
4.
0.5 meters
No, it's just 4. Yeah, we need it. 4 meters. And what's that one? What's the 4 meters? I'm doing 6. I'm doing 60. My bad. My bad. 16. Yes, sir. Hurry up. 16. What's the 4 meters? Read. Those that have a computer, read, guys.
The other base.
The other base. Good job.
So that one I can touch it.
Yeah. It's a trapezoid, guys, so you do need 2 bases. No? No, listen. Guys, get the information. Do they want the area of a trapezoid?
Yes.
And I have all my information for the story? Yes? Now go to the chart and decide which one you're going to use. Hold on. Are you going to use this guy? No, that's triangle. Are you going to use this one? No, that's parallelogram and rectangle. Are you going to use this guy? Yeah, this is trapezoid. So, A equals, instead of half, we said that half means divided by what? So it's going to be base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. Because some of you were like, she knew like, oh, once she saw that they gave them 2 bases, she already knew, oh, it's probably going to be a trapezoid. She said the top and bottom, that's what you're supposed to think of. Once she saw base twice, she knew, okay, it's going to be this guy. But even if you don't do that, look what word is there. Trapezoid. So you're still going to get it. Okay? Okay, here we go. Do we have the 8? Do we have the 8? No. Keep it. Do we have base 1? Who's base 1? Does it matter? Does it matter? No. But mathematically, I told you that the smallest is base 1. Good job. Mathematically, base 1 will be 4. It does not matter who you call base 1. Mathematically, base 1 is the smallest side. The smallest of the 2 that are parallel to each other. It doesn't matter. But it's really 4 mathematically. Base 1 is always the smaller one. Who's base 2? The bigger one, which will be 6.8. Who's the height? And they never told us the word height, but because of the word tall, and then don't forget, divided by 2. That was part of the package, right? Okay, what are you going to do first? Add. So here we go to the side. 4 plus 6.8. Look what I have to do. I have to put a decimal on the right side and put a 0 because you cannot, when you're adding and subtracting decimals, you cannot remove them. You have to line them up. How much is it?
2.8.
10.8. So come back to your process here and say, okay, A equals this jump here just became 10.8. Keep it in parentheses to show multiplications times 3.5 divided by 2. Always bring everything down, guys. This will get you ready for college too. I'll find my paper. You're gonna see that my paper will look like this. Okay, who's gonna go first? 10.8 times what? 3.5. But how do you multiply decimals again? You remove them. 108 times 35. 108 times 35. You take them out, guys. Take out the decimal and treat them like wholes. Okay? 5 times 8. 40. 5 times 0. 0. Plus 4. 4. 5 times 1. 5. Cross that guy out and cross the 5 out and put a what? 0. Or Camila says to put a smiley face. That's what they told. That's fine. Whatever's gonna make you move that, please guide you. 3 times 8? 24. 3 times 0? Plus 2. 2. 3 times 1? 3. Everything should be nicely lined up like I have them. Okay? 0, 8, 7, 3. Right now the answer is like 3,780. But how many do we have? We have 1 right here and 1 over here. That would be 2 times. So I'm going to go 1, 2. So right now the A on top is 37.80 or 0.8 now. You can just drop the 0 you want, 0.8 now. Now many kids will stop there and go grab that answer. That answer luckily is...
You have to divide by 2.
Oh yes, it's going to be there, guys. That answer will be there, so you have to be careful. Divided by 2. That answer of 37.8 will be there, but because... Thank you, sir.
I didn't understand.
Yeah. Okay, bottom out. 37.8 divided by 2. 37.8 divided by 2, bottom out, okay? 3, is that enough?
Yes, 1.
Times 1. A lot of kids forget that last step to divide by 2.
I already got that.
17, is that enough? Times 8 would be 16. Bring down the last one. Times what? 9 would be, I'm just going to draw a space, but it would be 18 at the bottom, guys. Sorry about that. So my final answer will be equal 18.9, which is letter J, or the last bubble, right? Questions? Let me show you. The last answer is 18.9. What I worry is this, guys. You see that 37.8? It's right there. Some of you are going to click on that one because you forgot to divide by 2. Triangles and trapezoids, your last step should be to divide by 2. Okay, triangles and trapezoids. Do not divide by 2 the parallelograms, the rectangles, or the squares. So the answer really is D, the last one. Yes, sir. For homework is number 15. HW will be 15. HW 15. And how did I do 15? Exactly the way I did 16. Again, homework 15 will be like 16. The way I did 16, you're going to go home and do 15. But yours is going to be easier because they're whole. Okay? Okay. Number 18. I'm going to do number 18, and for homework, you're going to do number 17. Ready? A storage unit is in the shape of a rectangular prism. Guys, as soon as you heard prism, volume. As soon as I heard prism, volume. Probably volume. Probably. We'll see right now. Okay? 18. Okay? Yeah, I'm 18. I'm doing 18. For homework, you're gonna be doing 17. I'm doing 18. So if I'm doing a rectangular prism in 18, what are you gonna do at home? A rectangular prism in 17. That's the point of this, guys. Okay? So let me get the question. This is the one I'm doing right now, guys. Number 18. What's the question for number 18? Let's start with the question. Huh? They want the volume of the rectangular prism. Make sure you put that so for seventh grade, because later on it's gonna be triangular prism or a cylinder or something else. So please learn how to put the shapes. Right now I'm gonna put what I'm writing. Here's what I'm writing. I'm writing that. They want the volume of a rectangular prism. Questions so far? Now I'm gonna read the first sentence. It is 9 feet tall. So what do I put here? 9 feet height is what I would change it to. Tall is the height. I continue reading. It says here 4 and 1/4 feet wide. 4 and 1/4 feet wide. I continue reading. This is a tricky part. The length of the storage unit is twice the width. The length is twice the width. So what would I have to do with the width? Multiply by 2. Twice means to multiply. I'm going to go over here to the side. 4, but instead of 1/4, what should we call it? 4 point what? 25. You all should know the 1/4 is 0.25 right now. 1/4 is like a dollar, quarter. Times what? 2. 2 times 5? Huh? Because it's easier to multiply decimals than fractions. The other one you have to do Texas strategy and all that stuff. That's fine. 2 times 5? 10. 2 times 2? Plus 1? 2 times 4? How many decimals? Number 2. 1, 2 right there. So it's going to be 8 point what? 50. So 8.50 or 8.5, I can drop the 0, would be who? No? Would be who? The length, guys. Mira, léale, mira lo que dice, mira. Look, the length of the storage is twice the width. So what am I looking for? The length of the storage. Okay? That's why I wanted to do this one with you all. Okay, I have my height, I have my width, I have my length. They want the volume, so the formula is going to be V equals what? Big B times H, but really it's length times width times height. Who's the length? Okay, 8.5 times. Who's the width? 4 point. We want everything in decimal. 4 point what? 25. We already have done the width. Times. The height would be 9. Okay. Questions so far? All I did is I changed the letters to the numbers that we got from the story. That's why I always get you. That's why I tell you, write the question, write the details, then we attack. Write the question, write the details, then we attack. But some of you just don't want to do all this. Okay? Okay, what are you going to do first? These two, right? How do I multiply decimals? Take them off. So I'm going to go to the side. 425, you notice I put the bigger one. When I remove it, the 425 becomes the bigger number. Times 85. Now, if you're a calculator, kid, you don't go to the side. You punch it in already. 8.5 times 4.25, you're going to find an answer already. 5 times 5. 5 times 2. Plus 2. 5 times 4. Plus 1. Cross it out and put a 0. Cross out that 2 and that 1 so you won't use them again. Here we go again. 8 times 5. 40. 8 times 2. Plus 4. 20. Line them up nicely. 8 times 4. Plus 2. 34. The numbers should be all nicely lined up. Okay? Así un poquito feitos, pero está bien. 5 plus 0 will be 5. 2 plus 0 would be 2. 1 plus 0 would be 1. 4 plus 2 would be 6. And 3 plus nothing would be 3. Right now the answer looks like 36,125, but we have 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 36.125. Bring everything down, which is going to be the 9. Bring the equal down, bring the b down. We haven't found the volume, we need one more step. 36.125 times 9. So 36.125 times 9. Again, you can remove the decimal. This is why I didn't remove it because nomás es uno que tiene decimals. So what's 9 times 5?
45.
45. 18 plus 4?
22.
22. 9 plus 2? 11. Regroup. No, not the decimal yet, sorry. 9 times 6?
16.
No way. 9 times 6?
9 times 6 is
54.
54 plus 1? 55. That's when you're trying to see what chart will help you a lot, guys. If you do it, 9 times 3? 27 plus 5? 32. Right now the answer looks like 325,125. But how many decimals do you have? 3. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So finally the volume is 325.125, which would be, it says to choose the closest one. So let me see, what would you choose? Here's the choices. Would you choose 163, 68? Of course that one. That's the closest to that 325.125. Question with number 18. The way I did number 18, that's what you're going to do for number 17, but yours is way easier than mine. Yours is way easier than mine. Yours are holes, and they don't make you do like the double, like the twice thing. They give you everything already. They gave you 15 inches long, 4 inches wide, 12 inches tall. That they don't follow.
So you have another paper?
Yes, if you need more paper, you can come here. We have more paper here in the front. Okay? You want to go to the next? Here we go. Number 20. I don't have space. I just already know I'm going to make it, so I'm going to go to the back myself. Me. I'm doing number 20. A rectangular prism has a volume of 6,542.4 cubic centimeters and a height of 14.5 centimeters. What is the area of the base of the prism in square centimeters? Okay. What's the question? What is the area of the base? You better listen. What is the area of the base of the prism? Okay? So listen, I'll stop right there. I'm going to talk about this, but I don't want to put what I wrote. I just copied the question, but I want to make a point right now of what kids do to me. If you just do this, listen, the computer's not going to tell. I'll do, because then they can't see what I'm recording, what I'm showing. So let me do a flashlight right here. Now you can tell what. Some kids will just put that for me. And when you do that, you're going to think that the problem is about area. But they mentioned area of the base, the big B that I was talking to you about. The area of the base is the big B. So we're not just dealing with area, we're dealing with volume. Listen, they did not tell me just the area. They told me the area of the base. As soon as you saw the area of the base, I need the big B. Area of the base, big B. And then they mentioned prism, oh, it's going to be with volume. So anytime you hear the word area of the base, the big B. Especially with the prism. Question. But I would hate kids to stop right there. Just the area. Then I think it's the other one. No, that's not going to be good. It's area of the base. Okay? So aquí voy a quitar esto. And let me continue. Okay. So, I'm going to read the first sentence. It says volume is 6,000. What look at these? 6,542.4 and it's the volume. Ya me dijeron que ese es el volume. They told me already that is the what? Volume. And some of you will use it, it says there in the story, the prism has a volume of 6,000. Ya me está diciendo, hey, esto es el volume. Questions? Okay. Then it tells me the height is 14.5 centimeters. So let me put there 14.5 centimeters, and that's who? The height. Questions so far? And then that's all they told me. They don't tell me nothing more. But because of this area of the base, this is the big what? B. So I'm not gonna use length times width times height. I'm gonna use the real formula because it wants the big B, area of the base. So I'm gonna go B equals the big B times H. I call it the big B, it's capital B. Listen again. Because they want this area of the base, I need the big B. I'm not gonna put length times width times height. Put the big B. Let's start changing letters to numbers. Do you know the V? Yes, this time yes, 6,542.4 equals, do you know the big B? No, that's what they're asking. The area of the base is the big B. Do you know the H? How much is the H?
14.4.
Times
No, 14.5.
times 14.5. Okay, so we have, thank you, sir. We have volume equals big B times 14.5. What are we trying to find? The big what? Now you tell me, how do I find big B? Divide, side M. Good job. What is this? Multiply. And what's the inverse of multiply? Divide. We need to leave the big B by himself so we can know what it is. So divided by 14.5. This cancels. What you do to one side, you do to the divided by 14.5. So the big B is by himself. And now we need to bottom out. But I'm going to show you how to divide in case you forgot how to divide decimals. When you're dividing decimals, we don't just take them away. We don't take them away. We'll see right now. We're going to see right now what we're going to do. Who's going to be outside? Bottom out. Who's going to be outside? 14.5. So they put them outside 14.5. He'll be outside. Bottom out, right? And then this guy will be inside 6,542.4. And many kids are going to want to quickly. Huh? So, yes. Good job, sir. That's what you told me too. Listen. When you're dividing decimals, listen to what I'm telling you. The one outside has to be a whole. When you're dividing decimals, the one outside has to be a whole. Just a complete whole. Right now he's 14.5. That's not a whole. That's a mixed number. It's a decimal. So how do I make him a whole? I'm going to move the decimal once to the right. Now he became 145 wholes. That's good for us. But what you do outside, you have to do what? Inside. So how many times did you move? So you're gonna move one. If you had moved twice, you would have to move what? Twice. Okay? So the new problem is 6,142 for the decimal now is at the very end. What scares me is that sometimes kids think, I get this, so it's always just put the decimal at the very end. No, it's not. It depends on the outside. If you move once, here it landed at the end. It landed at the end, luckily. But not always. It won't land at the end always. Sometimes it lands in between or things like that. Questions? Okay. 6, is that enough? Put something every time on top, guys, please. 65, is that enough? Put something on top. 654, is that enough? Yes. Good. So I'm going to go to the side and I'm going to take a guess. 145 times, what do you want to guess? 5? I'm going to go with 5 because 5 is in the middle. Nothing happens. This is called guessing check. 5 times 4? 20. I'm sorry, I'm over here on the side. 5 times 5 was 25. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2. 5 times 1 plus 2. Was 5 good? It's too much. So what do you want to try? 4? Okay, let's try 4. There's nothing wrong. You tried 5, didn't work. Pues está bueno, we'll do 4. 5 times 4? 20. 4 and 4?
16.
16 plus 2?
18.
4 times 1?
4.
4 plus 1? 5. 580. So what's the best one? 4. So I'm going to put up 4 here. And the cool thing about doing things on the side is that you already have the answer that was in the bottom, 580. Subtract. 4 minus 0 will be 4. I need to regroup. I can subtract 8 from 5. So this guy becomes 15. And this one becomes a 5. 15 minus 8.
7.
Huh? 7. Okay. Now, who's next? One digit at a time. Who's next? 2. Only 2, guys. Now, by you doing things on the side, who do you think we should use? Look at 5. Well, yeah, 5 got pretty close to it. So 5, that's why it's okay the kid that said 5. Look, now we're using it. 5 times 145 is 700 and what? 25. Subtract. This becomes 12. This becomes 3. 12 minus 5? 12 minus 5? 7. 3 minus 2? 1. Okay, who's next? 4. Bring them down.
1.
Okay, it's 1, so we'll keep 1. 2 would go over. You guys are right. The other class wanted me to do 2 and it went over. Okay, so 1 is 145. 14 minus 5?
9.
9. 6 minus 4? 2. Now, what happens with this remainder and we're done with everything? You add a 0. Drop on. 290 now. 2. Let me go to the side to make sure. 145 times 2. 2 times 5?
10.
10. 2 times 4? 8 plus 1? 9. 290. Perfect. It's exactly that. So, what's the area of the base, which is the big B? 451.2, whatever it was, centimeters, or what was it? Yeah, centimeters. That would be the answer, which would be, it'll be agreeable. You just punch it in. Hey, how do you punch in these in case you forgot? You go to the box, and you just put quickly. You could put, don't put positive anymore. Or you could put positive. I think that's probably gonna be okay, but I wouldn't risk it anymore. Just forget about the positive. But negatives, you have to put negatives. 451.2 or 20 if you want. It's up to you. Okay. So you just punch it in. Some of you are creating boxes and stuff. Guys, the box is there. Click on it and punch it in, guys. Some of you are creating stuff here. You don't need to do that anymore. Okay? You can go bubble if you want to practice how to bubble. Like 4 right there, if you want with a pencil. But don't create boxes for that. Question with number 20. Homework will be number 19. HW number 19. I'm almost there. Okay? HW number 19. I need another page. Rock 2. Yeah. Okay. Remember, you guys are doing real good. Thank you very much. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna be doing the ruler again, the inches one. I'm gonna do the inches one. Okay. I'm gonna do number 22. Okay. 22. The rectangle represents the base of a rectangular prism. The base of a the base of a prism. So it's gonna be volume. Okay. Use a ruler to measure the dimensions of the rectangle to the nearest half inch. So they wanted to use a what? Ruler. So what do you do when they want to use a ruler? No, you first draw the image. Good. Just draw the image first. So I'm gonna draw the image. Draw the model right there. It's a rectangle. So just draw a rectangle. Hay más o menos ahí un rectángulo. Okay? Yes? And we're going to measure now the one in the computer, not your image. So I'm going to come over here. Okay. Driving me crazy. The bottom part.
2.
The bottom part. 2. The side.
1.5.
This one is in the middle. Now somebody said in their class, so could that be 4/8? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4/8. And what's 4/8 really? Half. Okay? But if you can see it's half, why even count 4/8? Just go half, right? So it's 1.5, and the other one was how much? 2. So let me put that. 1.5 and 2. This guy is 2 inches, and this guy is 1.5. But instead of 1.5, we're gonna put 1.5, 1.50, right? Just 1.5. Questions so far? Okay, now.
So you forgot to do
Well, now I'm gonna, what do you mean?
the weight,
It's right there. And the length.
the shepherd or whatever.
Well, right now, that's the reason I started always with this is because they said you say what? Ruler. Now I'm gonna go to the question. What's the question here? It says here. Listen. Okay. Here we go. Which is the closest to the volume of the prism? So what do they want this time? Volume. So put volume, question mark. They want the volume this time. When they want the volume, what's the formula they're going to use? V equals the big B? No, we don't need it because they already gave us the information. So length times width times height. Guys, if they had told you what is the area of the base, you just take care of these two and you're done. But because they want the whole thing, they want the length times width times what? Height. They want it for you to go up. Then it's going to be length and so here we go. Who's the length? Who's the length? 2. Who's the width? Huh?
Oh, 1.5.
1.5. And who will be the height?
Oh, you multiply
Who will be
those
the
two.
height?
Can you multiply those?
No, who will be the height?
H?
No? Where did I get the height?
From the story.
Good job. We have to read. In the story it says the rectangular prism is 5 inches tall. So we forgot that. 5 inches. Who's the 5 inches? The height. Thank you. You can't forget to continue reading. We only had length and width, guys, the area of the base, but you need the height. The height, no matter need the magical parts on the top, you have to read or measure. There's nothing to measure. No está todo el prism ahí. So it's going to be what? 5. Questions? In case you're wondering, where did you get the 5, Mr. Rivera? Right here, look. Mira, aquí dice. Right there. 5 inches tall. The rest of the numbers I got them from me measuring. Okay. These two first. 2 times 1.5. How do you multiply decimals? Take them off. 15 times 2. 30. But really, it's really 3 because you're going to move 1 to the back, right? Because it was a decimal. And that's why I don't like to put look, they look like decimals all over. That's why I like to put parentheses, just so you know. Especially when you're working with decimals. So I'm going to put parentheses now. 3 times what? 5. Bring it down, bring it down. What's 3 times 5? Aplica because yes, 15. So what's the volume of this thing? 15, which will be letter G. If you had a book, but you have this guy right there. So let me get the cursor, 15. The little 3 is because you have 3-dimensional length times width times height. When it's area, it has a little 2. Okay? For homework, you're going to be doing number 21. For homework, you'll be doing number 21. I'm actually going faster with you all than the other class. I'm really impressed. 21 is for homework. Yes. Okay, let me tell you again. Okay, here we go. Listen. Copy. Don't copy it. When I'm going to do number 21, I'm going to just give you the measurements and now you're gonna know how to solve it. Very good, sir. So let me measure number 21. So number 21, just put there some notes, or in the computer, you could actually put there on the computer, put a text box and put the measurement. In centimeters. Hey, we're doing good. In centimeters. How many centimeters is the bottom part? My bad. Wait. Sorry. How many? 6. Now go to the computer. Go to your computer, or if you don't have the computer, then go to your paper. And click on text box. And we can put already that this part of the bottom is how much? 6 centimeters. Questions? Now the height. How many centimeters? How many centimeters? What? Ah. There we go. How many my bad. How many centimeters?
14.
What? Why 14, sir? Look. How much? Where are you getting 14? 3.
But it says 14.
So let me get a text box.
That's the height.
And 3.
14.
What?
It says 14. The height.
Sir, let's talk about that because a lot of kids get confused with this. I'm glad that you're telling me this right now. Listen. Listen. This is not the height. This is the area of the base. Look what it says. The rectangle. The below represents the base of the rectangle. This is the length and the width. This is not the height. This is the height. I'm glad that you're telling me this now. Any kid think, no, the 3 is the height. No, that's the width. I mean the length. This is the width. The height, there's no picture of the height. The height would be this. Look, if I wanted the height of this here, listen, is the base of the rectangle. Esto es lo que está abajo. The height would be this, me putting the water, boom, right there. Then another one over here. Then another one right here. This that does not come out in the picture is 14. Listen again, those that are not listening, that's why you're going to get lost if you get one like this in the start. This here is not considered a height. That's considered a length, width, and the height would be this way. If I would have something that sticks out, that's the height. This guy is 14. But many of you want to put 14 here because you're like, oh, the height is there. Yeah, but this is not, this is the area of the base, the big B. This is the big B. It says there, the base of a rectangle, the big B. So it'll be length times width, and height would be this guy that's not in the picture. So the 14 centimeters is not in the picture. Question. No wonder you guys keep on saying 14. Why are you saying 14? The thing's measuring 3. But I'm glad that you said that because you see how you see that's why I love mistakes. Because mistakes will make you like think more and figure out what's going on. Right? Right?
You love us more?
Okay. Now that you have the measurement, copy them, and then we go to the last question. Okay? I'm doing 23, yours is 24. So I'm doing Michael Jordan, you'll do Kobe Bryant to finish it off. Okay. 23. Last one. 23. Last one. I am doing 23. And for homework, you'll be doing 24. Okay? Go ahead, sir. Oh, okay. 1 minute and 24 seconds. 1 hour and 24 seconds. Here we go. Number 23. Number 23. 1 hour and 24 minutes with 4 seconds. My bad. Okay, here we go. Ready? Use a ruler. Oh, use a ruler. We have to draw the picture, right? Use a ruler. We have to draw the picture. So as soon as you see use a ruler, here we go. First picture is this guy. Draw, guys, draw. Then we have a triangle also that they want to draw, but it's pointing this way, like a flag. I hear more noise, and you guys are doing so good. We're almost done. Dotted line in the middle to form the right angle, because we need that right angle for the height. So I drew a rectangle and a triangle because they told me use a ruler. Once I see use a ruler, I'm going to have to draw a model. Okay? Okay. Now I'm going to go to the computer, click on the ruler in the computer, and I'm going to drag it and measure. Of course, we don't have that feature yet, so I'm going to have to use the book. I have to measure this guy off. Here we go. They want it in inches, so let me go to inches. I'll start with this guy. How many inches? Hold on. Okay. Ya vamos a acabar. How many inches? 2. Now let me do the bottom in a bit. How many inches? 1. So I got that one already. Too much noise. 2 inches. 1 inch. Questions? Now the triangle. So I need to measure this guy. How about this one? How about that one? Hey, you know what? Sometimes you do need to measure this one. If they wanted the perimeter all around, you need to measure it. But they're talking about, again, area. Look at the little 2. The little 2 is area. Okay? So I'm going to measure this guy. It's also 2. And the height is going to be 1.5. 2 inches. The base and the height, 1.5 inches. Questions? I just measured, guys. Okay. Now let me read the question. The question says, what is the closest combined area of the figures in the square centimeters? Okay. There's too much noise now. We're almost done, guys. They want the area, but they want the combined area of figures. Quieren la área, pero la área combinada de los dos. No nomás quieren la área de uno, quieren los áreas de los dos combined. ¿Qué es combining that? Add. So before I even add, I need to get the area of both of them, right? So let's start with the rectangle. What's the formula for the rectangle? A equals base times height. Va a ser bien fácil esta. A equals, who's the base? 1. Does it matter? No, but I'm just saying mathematically it's 1. Who's the height? 2. What's 1 times 2? So the area of the rectangle is 2. Done with the rectangle. Okay? Now let's do the area of the triangle. What's the formula of the triangle? A equals BH divided by 2. Okay? Base is how much? 2. Height is how much? 1.5. Don't forget who? Divided by 2. Yo me voy para acá. Yo me voy para este lado porque ya se me acabó el espacio a mí. But 1.5 times 2, I'm going to go to the side. 1.5 times 2 would be 30. But there's a decimal, how many? 1. So how much really is it? 3 over 2. Am I done?
No.
Who's next? Bottom out. So 3 divided by 2, put the decimal at the end, 1. 1.5. Don't forget, not 15. The dot is there. Okay. So what's the area of the triangle? 1.5.
3.5.
But now they want me to combine them. Combine these to what? Add. So I'm going to go to the side again. 1.5 plus what? 2.0. You better put that 0.0 because you might not put it at the end, get it wrong. So how much was the combined? 3.5. So now I can go and get letter whatever it is. Let me see. Letter A. Questions? The way I did number 23 is the number 24, but we need to measure. So before you leave, I need to give you the measurements. Like, if not, how can you get the area of the parallelogram? Ready? Let me measure the parallelogram. Ready? Copy it somewhere or type it if you have it open. It's centimeters? Yes, centimeters. The base of the parallelogram in the picture, déjame ponerlo. The base is going to be 3. So póngale ahí in the parallelogram, 3. Or draw one if you want. Or watch the video. I mean, you can watch the video. It's going to be, right now, tell you in what time does it start this part. 3. 3 centimeters. So you type it like she's typing it already. That'll be easier for you. Now you can watch the video. 3 centimeters. Now the height. Which one is the height? The dotted or the sides? Dotted, right? Because of the right angle. The height is 1.5. 1.5 is the height. It's in the middle. No, my bad. Hold on. 2.5. My bad. The height is 2.5. The height is 2.5. Question with the parallelogram? Let me get the square now. Or rectangle, I don't know. We'll find out what it is. 2. Well, but I'm going to make sure because sometimes it looks like a square, but it's not a square. Like last time I saw a woman that looked like a man. I'm not making fun of that. Please do not think I'm making fun. But I called her, I said, sir, I need some water from the top because ya no hay agua acá abajo. And she would never listen to me. I said, sir, ignored me again. I said, mister, nothing. So I said, sir, excuse me, sir. So I got close to her. Now that I know it was a her, she turns around like, oh, because I saw the features, and then once I saw the other features, I knew that it was a female. So this looked like a square. You can't just go how it looks. You have to check to see if it's really a square. So right now it's how many centimeters? 2. And, yep, now I can say, yep, it's a square. What formula do you use for square? The same one like the parallelogram, the rectangle, just so you know. Base times what? Height. Do you divide by 2 any of these two? No. So it's 2, 2. So now I'm going to put what she has there so we can put it. In case you're lost todavía, you should have typed here. If you have a computer, you should have typed here. 3.
Why you like?
On the bottom is 3 centimeters, and on the other one would be 2.5 centimeters. So you can go Control D, so you don't have to do the box again, and then 2.5 centimeters. Control D means duplicate. Questions there? Now on the other one, I'm going to go ahead and do Control D again. Control D would be duplicate, and this guy was just 2 flat. And then Control D. Yeah, don't worry. 2 also. The way I did 23, that's the way you do number 20 what? 4. So let me make sure you understand what's for homework, because I don't want you to go home and tell me I know what's for homework. I'm going to go over. So if you want to know what's for homework, go to the hour and 34 minute of the video and you'll know what's for homework. Number 11. Listen, number 11 is for homework, but we already did it, so you have a free answer. Number 12 is for homework, but you already did it, you have a free answer. Number 13 was for homework, but we already did it, you have a free answer. Number 14 is for homework, but we haven't done it, so that's the first one. But if I get confused with number 14, what can I do? I can look at number 13. Number 16 is for homework, but we already did it, so if I get, you're going to do 15. If I get confused, you're going to look at number what? 16. 15 is for homework. 18 was for homework, we already did it. So what's for homework? 17. I put it like this so they can match. So if I'm not confused with 17 at home, I can go look at 18 in the video and see what the heck we did on the what we already answered. 17 is for homework. Right now she's going to give you a summary. 20. We already did it. Homework is 19. Homework is 19. 22. We did it. Homework is 21. Homework is 21. 23, we just did it. And the last homework is going to be 24, Cody Bryant to finish the whole thing. So you want a summary, 6 columns, here they are. Here they are. That's your homework. Take advantage of your nice phones when you have phones. That's what she does. She gets le pone notes y le pone esa información so she knows what's homework today that she can delete it. Okay? And of course, this one is even also smart. He takes a picture of it una vez. Of course, yes. So she takes a picture. 14, 15, 17, 19, 21, and 24, 6 columns. 6 columns are for homework. And then you need to submit today because we're done with area. Submit. If you already submitted, I will reopen it when I get to it. Okay? Okay.
I'm gonna go to the show.